All right. This is a story that only I care about, but I really want to talk about it.
That's a great intro for a news story, Filippo. For a
Thank you. I'm really trying to draw interest into it.
Sounds like another Filippo news story to me.
I came across an article last week about BYD, Build Your Dreams, which is a large Chinese automaker. Their executive vice president, Stella Li, stated that China's electric vehicle price war is very extreme, not sustainable, and she predicts that there'll be consolidation in the sector because of these kind of very, very insane price wars. Basically, BYD kicked off a bunch of price discounting for their EVs that has made every other competitor in the Chinese EV space lower their prices, throw in additional incentives, and basically just fully erode their margins. BYD has cash.
This is a more interesting news story than I was expecting. You know, we've been talking because we've had a few of these Chinese EVs here in the studio, and we've filmed a few videos with them. We got another one coming up in a couple of weeks, and we've been talking about how can they deliver these cars at this price point, and it turns out the answer is they can't.
They don't make any money. Yep. Yeah. So BYD has very much kicked this off. They're best positioned to handle a price war, fundamentally, of the Chinese EVs. But the Chinese government has stepped in to intervene in specific cases to prop up some manufacturers that were going out of business as a result of this because they were burning too much money. BYD has gained market share as a result, but they are basically predicting at some point this will have to end. There'll have to be consolidation. There'll have to be fewer manufacturers. That might also mean less innovation, might in the future mean higher prices if this level of pricing is not sustainable.
That's
now,
interesting.
In the short term, go ahead.
Is BYD, so is the implication that BYD is intentionally trying to undercut automakers to force them out of, like, is this like an anti-competitive thing? Is that kind of what's being said?
No. So this is somebody from BYD saying this is not going to be sustainable. And their stock price has taken a little bit of a hit as their profits have really gone down because their profit margin shares.
The point kind of is that the big winner is going to be able to kind of steal, right? Because if BYD can kind of get ahead of this and outlast smaller companies that can't wait and not make as much money. Okay, interesting. It's sort of like a monopoly situation.
Yeah. It's also led to a situation where BYD and some others are investing heavily in markets outside of China because fundamentally they need to make enough money per vehicle. They can certainly charge a little bit more in other markets where there isn't that same level of price competition.
Yep.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Right? What was that?
In the Jakarta market, you can...
Yeah, for example. No, I really meant Europe, but the Jakarta market certainly major for them as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Right? Like Chinese EVs have taken over market share in China dramatically. They've really increased EV adoption. The low prices have certainly helped that. If it's not sustainable, where does that go? Becomes a real question.
Yeah, and this is surprising neither of us because we've spent time in these cars and they're such excellent cars and it's like, how are they delivered at this price point? And that's an interesting thing and it makes some sense. We'll see. Maybe the Americans aren't as far behind the Chinese as we thought.
No, we are.
Well, our cars can't float yet, so there's that.
That's true. Our cars can't float, nor can they jump.
Talk to LBJ about that.
Do you remember that Forrest did a video? Is everybody here watching Forrest? You saw the Forrest video where the car jumps?
Yes.
I have not seen that one.
Do the thing where it's an amazing video. You need to watch.
You haven't seen this, Filippo? He went into China and did the jumping car. He's in China with the jumping car. You got to see it.
I will watch it. Forrest Auto Reviews.
Forrest Auto Reviews. We're shouting him out today. He's our sponsor. No, he's actually not, but we like him. All right, move on to our last news story, please.
All right, guys, real talk. Brunt Workwear is back as a sponsor. And while I've not always been a boots guy, I have to say that these boots blew me away. I got the Marin boots, and the second I put them on, I was like, wait. Am I even wearing boots? How are they this comfortable? Most work boots feel like concrete blocks for the first week, but not these. No break-in needed, just straight up comfort and durability. They're made for more than just walking. Instead of wearing them around for the uncomfortable break-in period, I was walking around my house wearing them like sneakers, just good-looking, real boots with actual comfort. Brunt was founded by a guy named Eric Gerard, and he grew up as a salt-of-the-earth, blue-collar guy and built this brand for real workers. That's why these boots are named after guys he grew up with. It's personal, and it shows. Whether you need waterproof, safety toe, pull on, lace up, Brunt's got you covered. And they've got more than just boots. Heavy-duty workwear that is built to last. Brunt didn't just make a durable work boot, they reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. And for a limited time, our listeners get $10 off Brunt by using code CARS at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use the code CARS, that's C-A-R-S, and you're all set. After purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show by telling them that you heard about them from us and enjoy your pair of Brunt work boots.